Yo! Before getting into today's video, I just wanted to give a special thank you to everyone who has been involved with helping the channel grow, tuning into the videos, and really showing me support after I announced that I was going to slow down and kind of take a break. So many of the nice messages that I had gotten in the comments in my own DMs on Discord really motivated me to find my footing again and get back into content creation. Going forward, I am going to be trying a new content challenge. I'm doing daily dose of Deepwoken, bro. So I'm going to try to upload every single day for February. I think I can do it. I learned a lot from my 25 days of Deepmas challenge, and I'm so excited to show you guys what I've been working on behind the scenes. But regardless, let's get into today's video. With big content updates like Conquest on the horizon, a lot of old players have returned to Deepwoken. And a question that is regularly thrown around not only in streams but also in the Deepwoken Discord is the question of when will we get verse 3, more specifically the Central Luminant. The Central Luminant is key in the lore. I think a handful of the races come from the Central Luminant, like the Gremmers. The Nevaean people come from the Central Luminant. So it's a question that a lot of players have. When are we going to see these new areas? What are they going to be? What can we expect? Unfortunately, there are a lot of misconceptions generally about what a Central Luminant would look like, let alone if it would even exist. So, unfortunately, to burst the bubble for a lot of you, there is not going to be a Central Luminant. The developers, specifically Archmage, have already stated that they see no need to make a Central Luminant, nor do they have any plans to ever begin work on one. From their standpoint, they do not want to raise the level cap for any reason. The level cap is always going to be at level 20. They also don't want to create just the next area. When I say that, the developers like how the game functions now. There's the overworld and there's the depths. They don't want to create a system where you get to power 20 in the overworld and depths, and then you go to a new area of the map like we previously saw in Update Ultimate on Rogue. They want to keep everyone in the same general area. What Arch has said directly is that if the Central Luminant was going to exist, there has to be a good reason for it. And as of right now, there's just no reason. Unfortunately, that sort of extends to verse 3 as well, or technically what you would say is layer 3. Could a layer 3 exist? Sure. It's definitely possible that we see a layer 3 update in 2025. But from where we are now, as it stands, the developers are much more interested in creating the current roadmap they have, which is Conquest, guild-based raiding, the Void Tower, and world events. So flushing out the overworld and the depths, which would only serve to dismantle the option to have a Central Luminant. Now, as we go further and further along, a lot of people are sure we're going to get, eventually Conquest is going to be, quote, boring, or world events will be boring. We're going to be looking for that next level of content. And I imagine just with the general way things go, okay, we got all this overworld content, let us get some depths content. Similar to the Central Luminant, there's just not many reasons for a layer 3 to exist. Outside of any additional lore it might add to the game, I mean, ask yourself realistically, what would layer 3 be? Would it just be another dungeon where we go and get loot that's only marginally better than what we could already get in layer 2? And the loot there is only marginally better than what you could get in layer 1? That sort of static progression of just like taking the items, buffing them by like 1.4 times, and then reskinning them. It doesn't really work, especially when you look at the actual items implemented with Floor 2, Verse 2. Many people don't use them. I mean, legitimately, think about the builds you've made or the builds you encounter. Who is actually running the new armor pieces introduced in Layer 2? Like the Winter Core's parka, the Winter Core boots, Sand Runner wraps. Like who? No one's using that kind of stuff. So it wouldn't make sense for them to add just another dungeon where you get the same weapons and items you could always get previously, and whatever they introduce to the game, it would either A, not be used, or B, it would just be a marginal increase, and it's just, oh, okay, you just gotta go farm for like Star Boots version 2. the evolved version of Star Boots, you know? It's counterintuitive. It's not adding a lot to the game. Realistically, most of the updates going forward for the next year, 2 years, really until Deepwoken dies, are going to be centered around flushing out the overworld and depths as we have it now. There is farming. For whatever reason, the devs have been playing Plants vs. Zombies, but that is suggested by Pheno to be a Hive Origin exclusive, which I'm sure is going to change once the community starts crying in Player General. That's about how it goes anytime they add something a little controversial. Hopefully we see Conquest coming soon. We're almost going on 8 weeks, and word on the street is that when Deepwoken, you know, the bullet that broke Deepwoken, that delayed their dev work significantly. It is not looking good, but we can just keep coping. That's all we can do. We're Deepwoken players. Just like with the Verse 2 drop date. Oh, it's coming summer. Alright, well, it didn't come summer. No later than November. It'll be here for Christmas break. Or Thanksgiving break. And then it's... Oh, well, Christmas break. And then it dropped, like, the day before Christmas. So, we are well adjusted to coping that the devs are going to get their shit together. We just got to keep doing it now. Cheers, everyone.